And why is it that I am so happy? Welcome back to another exciting week of Formula One, where I am documenting the culture of what's happening, and this year it is the greatest season of all time. I have two posters this week. One's a commission, one is my own. But before we get into these, let's talk about the actual race because, well, it was a banger. And I didn't expect it to be as exciting as it was. Sad, emotional, satisfying are all words I would use to describe. But why? Why is it that McLaren had to pit Piastri with 13 laps left and basically let P1 go to Ferrari? And why is it that I am so happy as a McLaren fan to see Ferrari win at Monza? Well, there's two reasons. One, you gotta love seeing Ferrari win at Monza. Like, that is just what we're here for. You know, it's like the core of what Ferrari and what Formula One is all about. But most importantly, I have two posters here with Ferraris on them. And I never draw Ferraris. Obviously, unless it's an Italian race. I only make the exception for the Ferraris. But here we are. Poster one. This here is a Ferrari crossing the finish line at Monza. And actually, this one's interesting because I tried to draw speed. And that's something that I'm trying to learn because it's kind of a unique challenge to, other than blurring, which is all I really did here, is trying to get something to look fast with ink. I did randomly choose number 7, which is Kimi Räikkönen's number, only because I've been going down this rabbit hole of like how much I love Kimi Räikkönen. And then the second piece here, this one was a commission, and I got this commission in February. I obviously took my time with it because I knew when this race was, but someone asked me to draw Lewis Hamilton winning at Monza in a Ferrari. And so here it is. This piece here is actually, I've never been sad about giving someone else art they paid for, but I love this piece. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I tried to draw a real F1 car, and I obviously spent a lot of time on this one piece, but it's just so good. And I don't really call my own art good, but I just personally really love it. It's not perfect, but nothing's ever perfect. But yeah. So here are the two posters. Now, to talk more about the race, it's really confusing to me how Red Bull has basically vanished from competitiveness in Formula One overnight. And obviously McLaren has had the best upgrades. Still, you can tell they're like having some issues with strategy because they're still growing as a team. And, Oscar taking P1 from Lando, that kind of cost them the 1-2, I think. It was really a selfish decision to do that. And I know you want to be the best, but Lando is the one that's actually competing with Max here. And, you don't get any money or points for beating Lando. The team gets money for you guys working as a team. So Charles got P1 because of some greedy driving. That's too bad. And I feel for Lando because he's putting on a face that this is a team effort, but he really, I think, deserves the championship. Max is gone. Qualifying 7th, 8th, Red Bull, what's going on with this team? I don't know what happened. Monza is the opposite as the Dutch Grand Prix, and they sucked at both. So I don't suspect that they're going to do any better at Baku or Singapore or anything else. I think we've seen the end of Red Bull performance, which means, if you do the math, I think the last couple of races this year will actually determine the title, maybe for both. And I'm going to harp on that because I'm so happy. If you know me, this is the first year. Maybe last year I made a couple of these posters, but this year I dedicated to drawing the entire season. And I say I document the culture and whatever. That's my thing. I'm going to draw what's happening in the world, which is what we used to do back in the day. You know, we just documented battles and other shit. And now we're at a point where I'm like, this is the greatest season. Next season might not even be as good as this season. And I'm so happy. So anyways, it was a great race. I recommend watching the highlights or the replay. Always very fascinating with these teams. Love to see Zach Brown and Fred Vasseur congratulate each other. Because, you know, when Christian Horner was winning, he just did a little dink. He, like, you know, wouldn't really shake anyone's hand. He would argue with Toto. But you see, like, Zach Brown and Fred, just like, they're just buddies. They're so happy for each other. And obviously it's competitive because they're racing against each other. But, man, you know, these are your friends. These are your colleagues. So I'm glad to see it. So anyways, that's it for now. These are the two posters. You can follow me on Twitter where you'll see most of these in real time. On Instagram, I'll post these up eventually, like the videos of me making them at the end of the year. Next week, we have Baku. I haven't even started the poster. So you'll see me in 2 weeks.